Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you my planner lineup for 2023. Now I will also speak about anything else that will be a part of my planning system. It could be the pens that I will use or any journals that I've added, just about anything that will be a part of my system and maybe a brief idea about how I plan to use all of these. So let us begin. I will start off with my main planner, which is the Hobonichi Cousin. Now this year I've tried to minimize things a little bit by reducing the number of books that I'm using, and the reason is simple. See, this is individual preference. Some people can use multiple planners. I know people who use 5 planners to even 10 planners or journals. Okay, it could maybe not all are planners, some could be journals. But I realized that I cannot use several of them at the same time without losing interest in most of them. So what I have done is I have tried to reduce the number this year, but at the same time, just to be clear, I'm not a one planner person because I have tried it, that doesn't work for me as well. So I tend to have more than one planner, but not way too much. See, we will see how this works out anyway, but I would love to hear from you what are your choices for next year, whether you are using several planners or just one planner. No matter what it is, I would love to hear from you. Please share with us and let us begin. Now this is the Hobonichi Cousin. It is the English version of the Hobonichi Cousin which I've chosen for next year. As many of you might know already, the Hobonichi Cousin has all 3 spreads. It has the monthly spread, it has weekly spreads as you see over here, and of course it has the daily spreads. So this is a perfect planner which you can use as your one only planner, but for me this will be everything except for work. Now everything means my personal life, my church related work or journaling, memory keeping and such, even social media for that matter. I have decided to include everything in this planner this year except for work. For work, I definitely need a different planner. That is why work will not be a part of this Hobonichi Cousin. Now the exact ways on how I plan to use this one will not be spoken about in this video, and the reason is simple because I will be coming out with a different video about the setup of the Hobonichi Cousin and also a detailed view of how I plan to use the Hobonichi Cousin for 2023. So I will keep it simple for this one and not speak much about this. I had also initially considered going for the Sterling Ink Common Planner as my main planner for 2023, but there were a few issues with that. One of them being that it is a B6 size. If you have seen my videos before, you might know that I use the weekly section quite well. In fact, most of the space is used in the weekly section. So I found that the B6 size could be less space for me, and that scares me because I am a person who prefers more space rather than having being scared about blank space. I'm not really scared about leaving a lot of blank space, but I'm worried about having not enough space to write. So that was a main issue, and another reason is because the Sterling Ink Common Planner is probably coming around, will reach me around maybe November end or December start, which is kind of too late for me to set up the planner. I know you might be thinking there is still 1 month left. The reason is simple. December is a very busy month for me, so I cannot look at the planner much in December. I generally get time in October to November, and therefore I feel that that is not enough time for me to think about how I want to use the planner. I do not know if any of you have noticed this. I don't know why this is already peeling off from both the sides. This has never happened to me even after using the Cousin for a whole year, but I guess I can stick it up. Now, just something to mention over here. This might be silly. I still have not found a good cover for the Hobonichi Cousin. I know that many of you have come up with various suggestions for it. I'm not, however, satisfied with any of the cover options that I found. So I most likely will temporarily use this Hobonichi cover that I have. This is the only cover that I have. Currently it is on my work planner, but for next year I will probably remove this and go and use this one on the Hobonichi Cousin. Let us go ahead to the next planner. The next planner that I have for you is my work planner, and this is my work planner. For those who do not know, this is an Erin Condren focused teacher planner. It might be surprising or unsurprisingly for that matter. If you've been on my channel, you know that this year I've been ranting about how I hate the Hobonichi cousin, which I try to use for work. Earlier I used to use the Erin Condren focus line for work because they are very minimal, sophisticated, sleek looking. I just love the covers they come out with because they are not too loud but they are very pretty at the same time. And this year I've again gone for the focus line for 2023, but at the same time I've chosen their teacher focus line. So that is a new opportunity for me which I've never tried out before. Now the cover is this beautiful sage green. I love the pattern that they have over here and the color as well. Now once you open it, you will notice that it is dated from July 2022 to June 2023. Just to be clear, generally when I buy work planners, I try to get them as much as possible to be undated because I use work planners. I start them from random months. Sometimes I start them in April, but never at the start of the year, that is in Jan. So this year what I've decided to do is, since it is dated, I will redate the whole planner. I've already done about 2 months and I still have a lot of time because my current planner gets over in April, so I still have a lot of time to do this work as such. And I don't feel it's much of a work. You will see why it is as I go through the spreads. Now, why I love this planner. It's an 8x10 soft bound planner, very large. It has bookmarks as well. I don't feel any difficulty in carrying this around because I'm used to carrying a lot of books in my bag. So not really a difficulty for me. I carry my laptop also every day. It's not much of a big deal for me. But I love the space that this planner offers. Let me show you some of the spreads so that you get an idea of what it looks like. Now, as you can see over here, this is one spread that I've redated. Okay, so this is not an actual one. I've just redated this for April. Let me show you how it looks. Okay, this is how it looks. I love the monthly spreads because it offers so much space. It is so clean. I just want to fill it up as soon as possible. Now, why I love this, because at work I write quickly, I write big. I don't write small at work, so I need the space. And also I love the layout that the teacher planner offers, all these box layout. I tend to categorize things when it comes to my work planner and often I draw it on my own. This is already set up for me, I just have to redate them. So what I've done is, as you can see over here, this is more of a horizontal layout from Monday to Friday. I prefer a vertical layout, so I have gone and used whiteout on these already. And instead what I've done is a sort of vertical layout. So I plan to use this as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't need Sunday, so I have 2 columns empty for notes and such. So that is the rough plan as of now. And I am just enjoying doing this so far, planning on how I use this, thinking about how I'm going to use this planner. So I've already started with using whiteout on some of the previous ones, as you can see over here. I do not know whether you can even notice them because I think it's pretty easy to do it. It does not take much effort. I don't plan to use any stickers to redate them. I'm just writing them on my own. One more thing that I love about this planner is that it has checklists. I've always used checklists in my work planner, and the problem often is that I have to draw them on my own, which takes a lot of time and effort which I don't want to spend on it. Now this planner already had inbuilt checklists, which I love. I think there are about 7 spreads of them and it's so beautiful and minimal. Of course I have to just write out certain things, but that is fine. So this is an additional pro for me. And lastly but not the least, of course there are no pockets or any folders to put in papers, but I can easily attach the large easy pocket that they have. Easy pocket that they sell. I don't know what it's called, but it's a large sized one, and I used to attach them always at the front and the back to put in any additional papers that I want to. So this is my work planner in short. I am so excited to start using it. I just can't wait, but I still have a lot of months to go before I actually start using them. Meanwhile, I'm going to spend my time setting this up. Really excited about that as well. So yes, this is my work planner. As you can see, I need all the space. The reason why I don't use this as a part of my main planner, that is my Hobonichi cousin, which you saw earlier. Now let us go to the next one. And this is the last one that I have. This is my church planner, rather journal I would say. This is the Hobonichi Weeks Mega Sneaker in Vermilion, and I hate the color. I don't even know why I bought it. Frankly, I know why I bought it. Last year I had got the blue sneaker and I didn't want to repeat this year, and the only option available was the navy one, so I went for the red. See, it's a beautiful bright color, but it's not for me. So what I did is I covered it with washi. I think you can see over here what I have done. It's a beautiful washi. I've covered it with that. I do not know about you, but I actually like how this turned out. It gives me, it gives a sort of personal look to me. It's a special one, and I like how this turned out. Of course, the washi is not actually red in color. The color of the cover is coming out of the design. But I love how it turned out. I've not done anything else to this planner other than attaching the pocket and of course keeping the bookmarks in the pocket in case I need it, because as you know, the sneaker does not have ribbon bookmarks. Now, how I plan to use this. It has monthly spreads. Frankly, this part is a little repetitive because this planning section actually comes in my Hobonichi cousin, which is my main planner. However, what happens is I don't carry the cousin everywhere. It stays at home. So when I need something in church to refer to as far as dates or events are concerned, having this around with me just for the monthlies to write down the events and dates is really helpful. So this section is for that, a little bit of planning to write down events, important things that come up, which I have to note down and refer back to when required. Now, as far as the weeks are concerned, now this is something new for me. I'm going to try it out this year. I'm going to use the left-hand section each day to write down the section that I will be reading every day, the chapters that I will be reading. Now, what I've been doing in recent years is either reading the Bible thematically or chronologically and such. So obviously it's not in order, so I need to write it down, then I read this, then I read the Bible. So that is how it works roughly. So we will see how that turns out. Now, usually this would be in my main planner, but this time I'm planning on just using it over here, not writing it down in my main planner. Now, about the right-hand side. The right-hand side is for church sermons. That is why I call it a church journal and planner instead of a faith planner or journal. So it is not my individual praying and writing and such. It is more about what I hear on that Sunday of that week. So this is, I think, 2nd of March. The sermon that I listened to, I'll be taking notes over here on the right hand side. So that Sunday sermon notes will come over here. Now you might be wondering, what about all the notes pages in the back, since this is a mega? Any other additional notes, if I don't finish over here, I will number, write the date and continue over here. Not only about those, as far as an entire week is concerned, I listen to a message on other days as well, not just on Sundays. So I can go and use these pages to write down notes regarding that. So this is not exactly a faith journal, I would say. It's more about a church journal, okay, not even a planner for that matter. Now, initially I had considered just going for a plain notebook like the Angel Shop one, which I reviewed earlier. This was a good choice, but I kind of like the fact that this one has the monthlies and the weekly spreads. So a little bit of planning as well as journaling in this one. Now with that, I have finally finished discussing regarding all my planners and journals, which are exactly 2 planners. My main planner, my Hobonichi cousin, my work planner, which is the teacher planner that I showed earlier from Erin Condren, the church planner or journal, which is the Hobonichi Weeks Mega Sneaker. So this is about it. I've tried to keep it minimal this year. I know this is still more, definitely not 1, but I'm quite happy with my choices this year. And one more thing to mention, pens that I will be using this year. As far as pens are concerned, this is an unusual choice, but this is what I've been using for a few years now. This is from Erin Condren, that black marker pen set. I've spoken a lot about it before. It has 2 sides, the medium tip and the fine tip. This one pen is enough for me for everything. I don't use stickers and washi much. It's not that I don't use it at all, but not much. So this pen is enough for me for everything. I will definitely use this as part of my Hobonichi cousin as well as my church journal. But as far as work is concerned, I always use a ballpoint for that. I tend to use one of these pens which have, 3 colors at least. So these are from Hobonichi. I have the new one in brown as well. But even if I don't have a Hobonichi one, I'll probably go for one of these. The reason is simple. Again, I don't like to use a lot of stationery when I work. It has 3 colors. It helps me color code if necessary in my work planner, so I don't really need highlighters for that. As far as highlighters are concerned, I still use the Erin Condren ones at home because I still have them. I don't go and unnecessarily purchase something unless I finish them, so nothing new this year. In fact, I've not bought any stickers or washi for next year. I still have some old ones left. If I feel like using them, I'll probably use them. Otherwise, no plans of stickering for next year unless I have the mood for it. That's about it as far as I'm concerned. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I would love to hear from you as well regarding your planner system for next year. Please put it down in the comments below. See you. Bye.